Hi, friends, it's me again with another interesting topic. I promise you are going to enjoy this. I'd like to talk about the use of technology in our marriage. Is the use of technology benefiting us or undermining our marriage? What are the wise uses of technology? In today's world, the phone has replaced so many things like the calendar, the alarm clock, the television. Even people receive and send emails on their phones without going to their computer or laptop. So the phone today can be used to do almost everything. If you have just one phone, you can do so many things that you want to do. Even video calling. You can see someone far away on video call and it will seem like you are just there. So the phone is very necessary in our daily lives. You can hardly do without your phone. With your phone, you keep in contact with your spouse. You find out how they are doing, where they are, and if there is any information they would like to leave with you. There are also other wonderful benefits of using your phone. You can drop your spouse an interesting message like, I miss you. I love you. You looked beautiful this morning. You look cute in that tie. So, those messages are the kind of messages that can lift up your soul. Messages that are very interesting. So, that's the wise use of the phone. Now, the unwise use of the phone is constantly being on it. Constantly being on Facebook, constantly being on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, constantly surfing the internet, especially when your spouse needs your attention. It's not bad to surf the internet. It's not bad to get entertained by Facebook, watching movies on YouTube or your favorite TV shows. No, not at all. Before we all got married, we had things that we loved to do, things that entertained us. Most men love to watch football, and most love to play video games, and most also have their favorite shows they like to listen to. And ladies, a lot of us like to be on Facebook. A lot of us like to watch movies. Some have their favorite shows. And all of those things are what makes us going. It keeps us going. All work and no play makes us dull, isn't it? And also, we work very hard these days. Some people work 8 hours a day, 10 hours, 12 hours straight, so as to provide for their family. When they come back home, they barely have time for each other. You see your spouse in the morning and you see them again in the evening. Some spouses travel for weeks and you don't get to meet them until they are back home. So when you have a spare time to spend with your family, it's very important for us to know the wise use of technology so as to keep everything in this place and also make our time for your spouse, which is the most important thing in marriage. Because if you don't make our time to do things together and communicate, and you both are immersed in your busy schedules or your own personal kind of entertainment, you are going to miss out on so many important things you need to do together. You can watch movies together. You can even watch football together. You can also play video games together. In that way, you are having fun and also you are not missing out on the communication you both should share. Okay. Another thing is sometimes your partner may need to talk to you, but you are immersed in your phone, laughing and having so much fun, and then they just walk away. And sometimes some couples go out to a restaurant and they are both on their phones instead of looking each other in the eye and sharing beautiful memories. You know, the phone is really standing as a barrier in so many homes today, especially those homes where nobody is alert to what's going on. So, if you find yourself in a situation where you or your spouse are making too much use of the phone, what do you need to do to make things right? I've made a little bit of research and I'd like to share some of the information that I've gotten with you so we all can make improvements in our homes. Number one, establish priorities. You have to ask yourself, does the time and attention that my spouse and I give to our devices rob us of the time and attention that we should give to each other? Most times I consider this question. I try to find out if my husband needs my attention, and I also ask myself, am I spending too much time on this Facebook? Am I spending too much time with my phone? Maybe my husband will want us to pray together or do a Bible study, and I'm doing something so different, or spending unnecessary time on things that are not important. So all I need to do is stop, think, and put my phone down, go to my spouse and find out, honey, do you need something? You want to talk about something? And do you know, in most cases, when I go to my husband and ask him, is there something you'd like to share with me? Yes, he actually does want to talk to me. So you see, our spouses want to talk to us. But sometimes we are busy with some other things that we want to do for ourselves, some other kind of entertainment, and we don't get to communicate effectively. And this, brings a lot of barrier in the marriage. Secondly, you have to set limits. Ask yourself, could I set aside a specific time to read and respond to non-emergency messages instead of impulsively handling all messages as they arrive? Some people are with their phone 24 hours a day and 7 days in a week. Immediately you say hi, they respond hello. They are so ready to respond to any message coming in, to read any email coming in, no. When you have a marriage mate, then you have to set a specific time to respond to messages if it's non-emergency, as long as your mate is there with you. If you know that your partner needs your attention, it's good to have a balanced view of entertainment. When you entertain yourself, you also find out if your spouse needs your attention. And then, if everything is good, why not? You can go on with your football game. You can go on with your video game. You can even invite your spouse to play with you. You can invite your spouse to watch the game with you. You can invite your spouse to watch the movie with you. And in that way, you don't get to miss out on spending time with each other. Thirdly, if possible, leave work at work. Some people bring their workload back home and continue from home. You keep receiving your work calls in the house. Keep the work calls at home. When you get home, if possible, have a work phone that you can turn off when you're at home so that you can spend quality time with your family. Some people bring their work back home and continue all the way till midnight. Fire down. No. Except it's an emergency or it's something very important. This should not be something done on a daily basis. It might, cause some kind of barrier in your communication. And discuss the use of technology with your spouse. It's very important to be honest with each other. Talk to your spouse about how each of you uses technology and what changes you should make if there is any. So, a couple said, my husband and I are very honest with each other, and we speak up if we feel that the other one is using the phone or tablet too much. We both recognize that this can be a problem, so we give careful consideration to each other's viewpoint. I do this with my husband all the time. If I feel that I'm using this too much, my husband has the right to tell me to drop my phone and give him attention. And if I feel that my husband is being too much immersed in his own kind of entertainment, I go to him and tell him that I need his attention, and I think he's having too much time to spend with his entertainment, with his football, with his shows, with his news. I need to have a communication with him. I need to have a conversation, and we need to, keep street watch and a balanced view on how we both use technology. So this has helped us over the years. Whenever we feel we are doing things too much, we're like, hey, I think we are doing this too much. Let's cut down a little bit of this so we can have more time to pray, so we can have more time for a Bible study, so we can have more time to do things together. We can have more time to see a movie together. And this has helped us. Whenever we both bring up this topic, we work at it. Because, there are so much things you could see on the internet, too much entertainment, so many stories. They are so interesting. All you need to do is keep clicking and watching the video after each video. I tell you, you can be as entertained as possible as you want. So another thing you need to do is each of you can consider the following questions separately. In what ways, if any, has your use of technology enhanced the quality of your marriage relationship? Ask yourself honestly. Do you feel that your spouse's use of technology creates difficulties in the marriage relationship, difficulties in communication? If so, how? Have you brought this before your spouse? Have you discussed this honestly with each other? If you feel your spouse is spending too much time on a particular thing, on social media, on the internet, on movies, on video games, have you brought it up before your spouse and said things like, honey, we need to spend much time with each other? Communication is very important. Your spouse will never know what you're feeling if you don't tell them. So it's good to be honest with each other. The both of you are meant to be happy. So whatever makes you happy, you have to discuss it honestly and put in your best in making things work. Are there reasons why you always need to be available to receive and respond to messages? Maybe you have the kind of job that you're on call. That could be the reason why you always have to be on your phone. If so, how can any difficulty that this presents be resolved? Thoughtfully consider these questions and see if there are changes that you or your spouse could make regarding the use of technology in your marriage. You wouldn't want to be together in a room and one is on Facebook and the other is on YouTube, and the both of you are separated by a very big distance. One is on the other couch and the other is on the left couch. That is not how it should be. You have to find time to do things together. Find time to eat together. Find time to watch a movie together. Find time to pray together, hold hands. Find time to study together. Find time to have your shower together. That should be nice, right? I'm sure a lot of couples don't do that nowadays, but hey, that's not a bad idea, right? Okay, I'll see you guys some other time. Thank you so much for coming into my channel. Thank you for watching. Thanks for your time. Drop your comments if there's anything you would like to talk about. I'll be glad to hear. Please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.